Boosie using stupid ass words like contaminated, like his kids got to walk around with hazmat suits in the damn house when his daughter come around. Like that's.
And as far as like not contaminating, yeah, the word was bad, but what he's saying is if I show weakness in my household that there is not a line already drawn, it may cause other children to think that they can stray from it.
When you a kid, you know, you heard your parents cuss, but you know you couldn't cuss.
In this generation, in this era, there's a bigger chance for certain things like that to happen with your kids because of the things that they're influenced by and the things that they see on a regular basis.
They left me entrusted with their bloodline, and the last thing I'm going to do is not push the values that was instilled in me on my kids.
Saying it publicly and with such distaste is hard to watch.
You can't be carrying guns and being a gangster and doing all this shit in front of them too, because then you putting shit in front of them.
Right. The stuff you into, don't bring it in my house. When you get your own place, do it in your house.
When niggas are saying real shit, it sound wrong now.
Boosie, Badass, and his daughter recently were going back and forth because Boosie has some comments that he made on stage. I don't know if he was on a podcast or something. So let's take a look at his comments, and I want to get y'all reaction to what he said.
Let's get it.
It's a generation we raised. I don't want her to get contaminated. So
daughter came out and told you she was gay.
Contaminated.
It was nothing. I mean, she still can't bring her situation to our house. My daughter is grown.
Well, why? She's grown.
Because I don't want it to contaminate her others. It's a generation we raised. I don't want her to get contaminated to her other 6, 7 sisters who look up to her. I want them to bring me grandchildren the right way.
Yeah, Boosie crazy.
If I want grandchildren the right way, that's what I'm going to stand on. You know, if I don't want my other little girl to look at that and say, what's that, daddy?
Contaminated.
To somebody she looks up to, it's not going to come around. My grandpa didn't let it. My daddy didn't let it. And I didn't let it. I just hope the one under me, when they take this throne, they don't let it. Because that's not what our family believes in. Like you say, we Southern Baptists. You know, I love me and my daughter relationship like this. But when she understands everything, she know daddy don't go, she know. But that's what she chooses to do. But she know we don't go, we don't go for that.
Interesting.
I respect it 100%.
Okay.
Again,
elaborate.
Value system.
I respect it 100%. But y'all,
elaborate.
Y'all get it in.
I'm gonna tell you what. I think in this situation, what have we heard our whole lives from our elders, our parents? Hey, the stuff you into, don't bring it in my house. When you get your own place, do it in your house. And that
ain't that some black stuff right there?
But that didn't have no sexuality on it. It didn't have no time limit. It didn't have none of the other stigmas on it. It was simply you do what you do in your own place. When it's my house, when you live with me, like my mama used to tell me, I don't if you smoking, don't you bring this in my, because I don't smoke. So you don't bring it in my house. I respect that.
You must be in the forest.
That's all.
I'm surprised you took that stance, being your age. No bullshit.
No, I mean, because I get the fact that Boosie is somebody who is stuck in the way that he thinks. There's no maneuvering or compromising in certain ways because he knows who he is and he's stuck in that. And it don't matter because he has dealt with so much backlash from the way that he thinks, and he continues to say the same. He has never once backed down from society or what they think or the backlash that comes with his way of thinking. So obviously you're not going to change how he feels about the situation. We're not going to make him tolerant of other people's situation. He is who he is. He believes what he believes in, and he feels strongly about that. You can disagree with it. You don't have to find the positive in it, but what you can do is realize that that's what he's doing as a human being. I respect that. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to move the same way. That's another thing. A lot of people want to project how they would move onto somebody else's situation. You can't do that. You can't. You just got to live your life how you live it with your family and how you deal with situations, and let Boosie do what he do.
Reaper, what you think about that, bro?
I understand what GMS is saying. I understand what Boosie's saying, because he's saying, something that's right, because it's two sides to every coin, right? Okay, so when you a kid, you heard your parents cuss, but you couldn't cuss, and you saw your parents do some shit, but you was a kid and you can't do some shit. So with his daughter just being out there like she is, right? And he's saying he don't want her to come back and contaminate the rest of the kids or whatever. So I get that, I get that on that tip. But on the other tip is, you can't be carrying guns and being a gangster and doing all this shit in front of them too, because then you putting shit in front of them.
Right.
Another kind of contamination.
Inside the house.
And that's what they dealing with. That's what he dealing with right now. That video that went viral, him and T.I. talking to their sons in the music video, that is a direct result of what you bred and what you caused, Boosie. So you contaminated your own children.
Two things can be correct. Two things can be correct.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Shannon Sharp said, two things can be correct.
I will say this before one of y'all take it, because I know Binky and AP gotta speak on this, but just real quick, because I do have a daughter. I will say that in this generation, in this era, there's a bigger chance for certain things like that to happen with your kids because of the things that they're influenced by and the things that they see on a regular basis. Now, we don't know whether or not it's genuine, if they really want to be that way, or they just doing it because they see other people doing it and it's cool and it's acceptable, which is a lot of the reason why a lot of kids do certain shit, because they see it as they get influenced by it. But if you paid attention to a lot of things that happen, I don't think that Boosie's daughter is just doing it because she saw somebody else do it. I feel like she genuinely feels that way. So he has to just use a different type of wording when it comes to it, because at the same time you are that child's father, and you do have a duty to protect them and to still be there for them and to actually love and care about them, no matter what their decisions are in life about what road they going down, sexual wise or sexuality, whatever the case may be. You know
Go
what I'm
ahead, Binky, and read that super chat too.
Okay, Justin gave us $5. Thank you, Justin. He said, ironically enough, Boosie was talking to the city girl, aka Diddy's girlfriend. We know what she did for the Klondike bar. Justin is a Reaper watcher.
What would you do for
a Klondike bar?
Klondike bar.
What would you do?
So I'll say this. I feel like while I do understand, Boosie's stance, I think that saying it publicly and with such distaste is hard to watch.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what it's like to be a lesbian or be gay or anything, or have a lifestyle that my parents don't agree with, but I could only imagine if they were publicly talking about it in front of millions of people constantly and making me sound like a damn near a disease or something. Like, that would really be hard for me and would hurt me. Now, I'm not saying you have to accept it. I'm not the one talking to you about my sexuality. Someone in an interview is talking to you. So you could find other ways to address that by even just saying, my daughter knows how I feel about that. I love my daughter. She's a rapper. She's got this going on, and keep it moving. And I don't know. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's give and take, I mean, it all depends. If your daughter is a grown up, right, and she rolling reckless or whatever, and hey, you can't get a handle on her or whatever, somebody got her mind, or streets got her mind or whatever, hey man, you just gotta roll with the punches. The Reaper keep it 1,000, because every time you try to interject yourself and stop that, they're going to do just the opposite, But if your daughter's a minor and she want to kick that or whatever, then it's a different obligation,
Yeah.
I mean,
Boosie using stupid ass words like contaminated, like his kids got to walk around with hazmat suits in the damn house when his daughter come around. Like, that's horrible.
That's what I'm
do
saying.
Something different.
Like, you're making me sound like an airborne disease. Like, AP, what do you think though? We haven't heard from you really.
All right, and that's why I'll let everybody go in, because I mean I ain't saying we don't got a lot of things we agree on, but I got a strong point about this because yeah, the word contaminate was probably the harshest thing about everything he said. And it sounds worse than what it is, but it definitely didn't come across good. And loving your daughter and loving your child, you know, the world is going to judge that interview. You know, she going to get a million motherfucking, you know, messages, and your daddy there, you know, she got to deal with that shit. And you got to be, you know, cognizant and aware of what she's about to endure because you didn't watch what you say. Right. But the shit the nigga said, we done got so far away from morals and values and things that people stand on that when niggas are saying real shit, it sound wrong now. The fact that he has a standard for his lineage, he said my granddaddy, my daddy, and me, and said I'm not breaking this motherfucking line that my fathers left. They left me entrusted with their bloodline, and the last thing I'm going to do is not push the values that was instilled in me on my kids. Now, whether or not they stick to them, that's not my problem, but me not setting them properly would be my fault. And as far as like not contaminating, yeah, the word was bad, but what he's saying is if I show weakness in my household that there is not a line already drawn, it may cause other children to think that they can stray from it. Yeah. And I want to add the gun shit. Yeah, did he live a gangster lifestyle? I don't know if that nigga letting his kids walk around with guns at the house. I don't know if he's allowing certain shit at the house. He might, we don't do that. He might be teaching different values, but because of who he is, he's teaching it from his standpoint. Yeah. If you a soldier in the military and you got all your kids around AR-15s at 7 and you showing them how to lock and load shit and clean weapons and break shit down and all that, you ain't the craziest father. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even think my dad gave me a pocket knife when I was like 7. He said, here, man, have something on you. You know what I'm saying? At 7. That don't mean he was looking at it like, go stab niggas. He was saying if niggas is on you and you can't get them off you,
he said, I'm gonna be a street nigga, let me.
He gave me at like 7. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, so
AP was out there poking niggas at 8.
Hey, you know what? You know what's fucked up? I cut myself and I was in the emergency room in about 3 days. I had a big ass cut across my pinky, nigga. I had about 8 stitches.
You sit in the room playing with that motherfucker doing
He
stupid
didn't
shit.
teach me how to use the motherfucker. He just handed me a knife and didn't show me how to use the motherfucker.
The Milwaukee version of A Christmas Story instead of shooting your eye out.
I'm just saying, like, shout out to Meech. Meech Pop told niggas to shoot niggas in their ass. You know what I'm saying? So you don't kill them, but you get, you know, you a regulator, you know, equalizer, you know. So we was taught different shit, and it was values that you taught your sons to be protectors. You taught them things that the world nowadays would think that you saying something crazy when you really just preparing your kids for the real world. And what he trying to do with his family is raise them in a way that he believes, and there's nothing wrong with a man doing that. He didn't say he don't love his daughter. He didn't say he don't want to be around her. He did say he just don't want the gay shit. I go to the gay house. I go to where they having Thanksgiving out at the gay house, but y'all can't do the gay shit at my house. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you want me to come to y'all holiday and shit? I'm just saying I come to y'all house, but y'all ain't bringing that shit to my house. That's all I'm saying.
Man,
but you know what? AP, you know, hey man, this is what I like about you. You hit the nail on the head, man. You know what I'm saying? Because with all of the fuck shit that's going on out here today, right? You know, contaminate is a bad word. You know,
but hold on, bitches ain't contaminating like their daughters by they got their daughters wearing two-piece bathing suits, but that ain't contaminating.
Stick or anything they can find, they used to send you out to make you go get something to beat your ass with, and they cuss you out while doing it. But contaminate, and what the shit going on back then that's going on now on the internet and everything, but contaminate was just such a bad word, you know.
Well, let me ask you.
If I said the word, hold on, GMS. If I said the word to these bitches that's stripping in the living room in front of their babies, if I said you are contaminating your babies,
we're twerking.
would the contaminate not be appropriate?
You're contaminating that little mind.
Contaminating these little bitches. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me, little bitches. I mean, little babies.
That's a mild word compared to the word that I heard growing up. That's a mild word. That's very mild.
She said, "Why you call the little girls bitches?"
Right.
That's what they do.
They're little kids. They're little girls.
Yeah, beat your motherfucking ass. Get your, hey, they use terminology that we ain't gonna even use on here to describe you if you lived an alternative lifestyle.
Now, I don't think nobody really got a real problem with that these days.
And they fuck you up and everything else. So, I'm just saying that's mild.
Boosie has what you call a compound. Now, in his compound, further back on his property, there are houses being built. Does those rules still apply if you are actively building
you on my
houses?
Acres? No gay acres.
no gay activity on my
gay
acres.
I got 3.5 acres for gay.
That's the other part. So should he build some gay acres for his daughter just so she can feel welcome to his home? You know what I'm saying?
See, the Bible has a story of the prodigal son. The father did not agree with the son lifestyle. He cast him out of his world. He said, when you come back and get your shit together, I got you. Nowadays, we is wrong for setting these boundaries, whatever they might be. Homosexuality to a person that believes in Christianity or Islam is an abomination to God. So if you are somebody with strong religious beliefs and you stand on them, you are looking at your child like they are in danger of hellfire. And you are looked at like you an ancient father for caring about that. That's where we at now. I don't agree that we should make them want to kill themselves. Just for eating pussy. I'm hell, pussy good. You know what I'm saying? Dick bad, pussy good. Dick bad, pussy good.
If he got enough money to build acreages, he got enough money to give her to have her own stab.
Yeah, build some gay acres for your daughter, man. Quit being
gay acres is the place
to be. Yeah, living is a life for me.
Hey, the sidewalk, the road leading up to it is spray painted in rainbows and shit. I got you, baby. I got you.
No, it get dark as fuck over there. It's a dark, gloomy cloud.
See, I'm the type of dad that regardless if I agree with it or not, I'm gonna try to make the best of it for you, just so you know I love you and I care about you.
Hey, let me ask you.
Your house gonna be completely rainbowed out.
Let me ask y'all a question though. What if it's a bright, sunny summer day, but the gay acres got this dark ass cloud over it, and it's rainy and thunder's crashing and shit? I ain't saying it is. I'm just saying, what if?
Can they come to your sunny house?
Well, Boosie was just saying that he don't want the influence on the day-to-day basis to live there. So he's, if it does not that he don't love his daughter, he probably could finance her. Everybody got a lifestyle, man.
It's like me not letting my kids bring a girlfriend over today. You can't bring a girl in your room with the door shut and fuck in my house. That's right. So that means I got to run that across the board.
Right.
So this is the rule in this house. So that's how I'm kind of looking at the shit. It was something.
Yeah. You're looking at it right. Damn. Because I used to say I'm the only one that's gonna be fucking in my house.
That is another one.
That's another black thing. I'm telling you, man.
I'm the only one knocking boots in this house, not you, little nigga.
One penis swinging here.
I'm the only one doing the ball Johnson dares in this house,
well, I will say we don't have to
catch you. We
don't have to watch it, but because it's long. But Boosie's daughter did respond to what he was saying. She got emotional. She was hurt by it. She was upset by it. And she was respectful in her response. And I think that is why Boosie, because their relationship is so tight and he saw that she was embarrassed and she was hurt by his words, he did actually apologize to her. And he was posting about her and just saying, "Daddy, love you. I'm sorry, to hurt you, because that's not what I was trying to do." We know he feels how he feels, but I think he just is going to move differently because He didn't.
He's thinking about branding and money now when he say that, you know.
Well,
but,
I mean,
like
I don't
earlier-
know. I don't know necessarily.
Well, he done
'cause
said the F word
he
before.
done had to deal with a
harshly.
lot of backlash, and he ain't never
Yeah.
once backed down from it. So
No, I think he's just sorry. He was sad to see her crying like that.
he still
I think,
posted a
on his
picture of
phone.
her younger and in her the age that he loved her the most at.
Looking
Apparently.
feminine.
Yeah.
Well, some
And
things, like Binky said, should be left behind closed doors.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think that's gonna be his lesson.
If
from
he
this.
never
I
had that
think he learned
conversation
from
with
this.
her, if he never had that conversation with her, the same thing he was saying on that platform, then you know that's wrong as well. You know what I'm saying?
He
You
might
should
have
be
had
able
it
to talk
50
to him.
times with her, but it's just the audience.
Yeah.
Some shit
Yeah.
you just don't say in public.
Right.
When you tell your girl she need to do something about her feet, but you do it in front of her friend, she's like, motherfucker, like, bitch, your feet stink.
Right.
Anyways, go ahead.
You with these stank feet.
I'm just
Okay.
saying- I'm just saying that shit. Move on.
All right, moving on. So what? AP?
You know, you're gonna play the video.
No, I'm not gonna play her video
Why
because
not? It's
you
too
want to
long?
watch it?
Is
Okay,
it
I can-
long?
It's long, but we weren't gonna watch the whole thing anyway. Do you want to see what she said?
First of all, before you do Reaper, say that line you say about, on your show every day about the thing that you
don't hate. Yeah.
will end up in your family, because I think that applies to what we're talking about too.
Yeah. You know, just what you hate will end up in your family. So you shouldn't discriminate from race, creed, color, or sexuality, because just what you hate will end up in your family. So, you know, we don't do that on my program. You know, I mean, to each his own, you know.
And this ain't hate, and I don't believe that Boosie has hate. He has his own beliefs, but outside of those beliefs, I don't think he tries to control other people. He probably hang with gay people all the time. I'm sure of it, actually.
He actually does.
He said he on half his records.
Yeah, I think his assistant.
That was he did it. Wipe me down his best fucking record.
Oh yeah, that's
So,
right.
But play that, and I'm gonna shut the fuck up. But let's move through this.
I really don't even know where to start for real, because this ain't even my character. I don't really be getting on here and giving y'all what y'all want. But I feel like my daddy want me to give y'all what y'all want, and he want me to give him what he want as well. Okay, so he always speaking on my sexuality. The whole world know that. And it been about 2 years now that I'll be quiet. I keep quiet on the shit. I wouldn't say nothing. You know, I just go with the flow. I did everything in my power to understand that this is my father, regardless. Like, I'm gonna accept him and love him for who he is. So, I just seen he recently did an interview with Carisha, and he used the word contaminating. And putting my siblings in it with that. If you know me, this shit make me so mad. If you know me,
Man
I
up,
love
get the
and
shit
respect
out.
my siblings with everything in me. And they respect me and love me with everything in them. When you getting on their nerves, I'm who they call. My siblings, most of my siblings, teenagers. Teenagers you don't want to let grow up. But okay. Another thing. You keep speaking on me gay. You keep doing interviews and I don't say nothing, right? The first ever interview you did, you said you found out I was gay, that I like girls and I had a girlfriend from a picture that went viral. That was a lie. I let that slide. I never addressed it. You found out I was gay a year before that. The incident happened in Jamaica when I was a gay B-word, when you called me a gay B-word. So if the world really knew all the things and the hurtful things you told me before and I forgave you, you wouldn't even understand. And no matter how you feel, at the end of the day,
I'm gonna keep eating pussy, daddy.
nigga, I'm your blood. I am your daughter.
Yeah, I can never let my daughter feel like this.
Bro,
trying so hard.
She's trying to work them tears up, not hold them back. Y'all
No.
seeing this shit wrong.
She's angry. She's
And me,
angry. She's trying to
I feel like I done been through the most with you. And every time I turn around, it's like you bash me. It's like you bash me. And it's like the whole world can go against you, but Ivy won't. Since I've been a little girl, I never would go against you.
Hey,
I
shit.
think
Hurry up. God damn, bitch. What the fuck, man?
Okay, AP, fine. I'm gonna turn it
Shit.
off because you so ridiculous.
How the
AP,
fuck
you
you
are
gonna be a
heartless.
dyke? You a terrible dyke. You still talk like a female. Get that shit
she's
out.
still
You
a
taking all
woman.
goddamn. She
She's
taking all
acting like a
goddamn.
woman.
Get
She's
the
still a
point
woman.
out. Shit.
How you know she the one with the strap on?
Oh my
I
god!
don't know. I'm
can't.
just saying. She taking
AP,
fucking-
stop! Because the
Goddamn.
fact that she is a lesbian does not mean that she has no emotions. This is her father, and this is a young woman.
A gay
She's
boy
probably
would have
20
got that
years
shit out
old.
like the gay nigga would have been like, and another thing. he would have got that shit out. We gotta wait for this bitch to
Shut
talk.
your ass up.
boring
You get
ass
on my
bitch.
fucking nerves.
Hey, this is a great. This is a great question, man. Shout out to IVR, man, for the $5. And I'm gonna pose it to you, Reaper, as our guest. He said, "Do y'all think a moist household will accept or tolerate a legitimately straight child, not bi, but a all the way straight child?" So basically, he's saying a
Not try to
household, maybe a gay couple that got a child, or a gay, a very liberal family, would they accept a hardcore straight child, or what they call that, try to unteach the toxic masculinity or some shit like that?
Extremely hypocritical if they didn't accept that child.
But what do you think they would? That's his
Yeah,
question.
that's the question.
Yeah, no, I think they would, but the influence would be there. You know what I'm saying?
I think it would be fresh meat on the line. The Reaper keep it 1,000. And what I'm saying by that is you can check statistically, right? That most people that's living an alternative lifestyle like this has been molested. So that's statistically, the Reaper keep it 1,000. So yeah, that would be fresh fish on the line. And what I will say about this, right, is you're not a parent and you're not raising your child, if you try to be friends with them on everything they do. So there's always going to be some things said and done that you don't agree with if they're trying to install a value system in you. The Reaper keep it 1,000. So, with his daughter getting on there, Boosie's such a bad father, but when I look at her, she's groomed well, she's dressed well, she's probably driving $100,000 car. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and he's just got his value systems that he stick by. It's not that he doesn't love her. Then this is what people got to understand, it's that he's just trying to instill a value system in her, right? That a lot of society, frown upon today. The Reaper keep it 1,000, but he's an old school brother.
The question.
And so a lot of daddies get criticized, because, I suggest, that her friends or her mama is putting her up to this or whatever, but daddy will be going to work, taking care of business. He's probably the disciplinarian, far as, saying that what he will accept and what he will expect, because a lot of women, when their daughters get to be teenage daughters, they try to be friends with them, instead of parents. This is what I see today, where the women be living vicariously, through their daughters or whatever. The Reaper keep it 1,000, but the man, he know what's waiting on you out there, right? So, you know, he's going to try to instill, you know, a different value system coming from, you know, somebody that's been out in the streets and somebody that's know what you can get into and what's waiting on you out there. So, you know, his raising system is going to be different than yours, you know.
Well, I got a question for AP real quick.
Okay.
In the sense of you know, Boosie and his morals and where he stands about his household, do you feel like it is just as right for a gay household to hold those type of standards and morals that they believe on their children? Like, hey, I get it, you straight, but don't bring that in the house unless you gay. Like, do you think you know what I'm saying? Like, do you think that that's right? Given that you feel that Boosie is right in how he handles his household.
If I was standing on fairness, then I would say then, you know, it gotta apply for both sides.
Yeah.
But I'm standing on my beliefs as well.
Okay.
I still have beliefs. I still was raised a certain way. I still believe that we have gotten too far away from what is natural and what is godly. So no, I don't think that's okay. I don't think that shit is proper. But I also am somebody who, if I have a gay child, I'm not like Boosie either. I said what I said about his stance.
Yeah.
I'm not like him, though.
Right.
I can tolerate a gay child. I wouldn't prefer it. And my child might even know that. They might know that, like, you know what, I would have liked that you not be this way, but I'm okay with you being this way. You know what I will not tolerate? A bum ass child. I'll take a gay child over a lazy bum ass child.
Man.
Any motherfucking day. So I mean, you might say I ain't shit. Like, he's just trying to relax and play his game. Fuck this little bum ass nigga. I'm gonna say bum slurs. I'm gonna come up with all kind of bum slurs.
Bum slurs.
Like, you old bum in the booty ass nigga.
You penniless bum.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So again, people have different values.
Pocket lint ass nigga.
Wrong to dog. I promise you. I get a child that's choose to be homosexual. That's not a deal breaker for me. But a broke ass, don't want to do shit ass child, get the fuck from my house before you contaminate the recipe.
Okay.
Yes, though, you can't.
CeeLo said we bum shaving now.
You can't put a price on the value system. I think people worship money and things a lot of times. You can't put a price on the value system, because even in the Bible, you know, they never destroyed somebody for being lazy, but they destroyed somebody for being, you know, alternative lifestyle. Now, my thing of it is this here, I done seen a lot of shit coming up, right? I done seen people come back from drugs. I done seen people come back from the streets, being a bum, everything, you know, but I've never seen nobody turn completely around, you know, for living an alternative lifestyle, you know, so that must be one of the great sins or whatever, because I've never seen nobody come back from that, because, you know, you can take yourself away from certain environments, certain drugs, certain this, certain that, you know, you can clean your life up, stop hanging around other people, but you always gonna see men and women that you're attracted to. So that's why I've never seen nobody, you know, completely turn around from that.
So there ain't no gay rehab for these niggas. You want some gay?
It does not work. It's not a real thing.
Tweaking and shit like.
Hey, we